चलिदं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलिदं मधुरं चलिदं मधुरं भ्रमिदं मधुरं चलिदं मधुरं प्रलिदं मधुरं मधुराधिपते अखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपते अखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरम् वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरा पाणिर्मधुरा पादो मधुरो आ आ आ वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरा पाणिर्मधुरा पादो मधुरो नित्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं नित्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं माधुराधिपते अखिलं मधुरं माधुराधिपते अखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरम् गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरम् आ आ आ गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं माधुराधिपते अखिलं मधुरं माधुराधिपते अखिलं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरम्
It's 10 o'clock. We start. We pray to Bhagwan to keep us all safe and healthy. We welcome you to our program if you're joining in this morning. And we hope you have the pleasure and also take part in it so that it can give us some peace of mind. Asangoham, 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 punah punah.
Asangoham, asangoham, punah punah.
Satchidanandarupoham,
Satchidananda rupoham,
ahameva ahamavayaya,
ahameva amavyaya.
As we communicate to that great divine being, we do this Sharanagati prayer. हे प्रभु, मेरे पास धर्म नहीं है, ना तो ध्यान, मैं आपके पास कैसे जा सकता हूँ? How can I go there to you? न धर्मनिष्ठोऽस्मि न चात्मवेदी न भक्तिवान् त्वचरणारविन्दे अकिञ्च अनन्या गतिः शरण्या त्वत्पादमूलम् शरणं प्रपद्ये त्वत्पादमूलम् पादमूलं शरणं प्रपद्ये पादमूलं शरणं प्रपद्ये Lord Shiva, and we ask for his blessing this beautiful morning. Shiva meri puja, koi nahi dooja. Shiva mera para brahma, man mein samaja.
शिव मेरी पूजा, कोई नहीं दूजा। शिव मेरा पार ब्रह्मा, मन में समा जा।
Jagadishwara Parameshwara
शङ्करा करुणाकरा जगदीश्वरा परमेश्वरा
Oh, Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara
शङ्करा करुणाकरा जगदीश्वरा परमेश्वरा
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara
शङ्करा करुणाकरा जगदीश्वरा परमेश्वरा
Bolo Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara
शङ्करा करुणाकरा जगदीश्वरा परमेश्वरा
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara
शङ्करा करुणाकरा जगदीश्वरा परमेश्वरा
Shankara Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Srivasudevam Vande
अच्युतं केशवं श्रीरामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं श्रीवासुदेवं वन्दे
Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Srivasudevam
अच्युतं केशवं श्रीरामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं श्रीवासुदेवं वन्दे
Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham
श्रीधरं माधवं श्रीगोपिकावल्लभं
Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham
श्रीधरं माधवं श्रीगोपिकावल्लभं
Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram
जानकी नायकं श्रीरामचन्द्रं भजे अच्युतं केशवं श्रीरामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं श्रीवासुदेवं अच्युतं केशवं श्रीरामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं श्रीवासुदेवं हरे
For us to enjoy the bliss of Bhagwan, the morning prayers and the bhajans, together with the music, puts us in a different mood altogether. So there are three things. There's confidence, trust, and faith. For you to understand that to get that power, that positivity in your mind, you have to have confidence in yourself. No one can teach you confidence. You have to develop that confidence. And how you develop that confidence? You develop that confidence when your mind becomes strong. When the mind is weak, then all sorts of garbage gets into it. But when the mind is strong, that confidence comes within you. Yes, I can do it. Someone sent me a clip about a dancer from South Africa at one of these American Idol shows. And I looked at the clip, and I myself was amazed. And you can't see that clip without being teary-eyed, because this gentleman, he was an amputee. Not an amputee below his knee, an amputee above his knee, which is much more difficult to walk when your amputation is above your knee, at your thigh level. So it's very difficult. Here he was on 2 sticks and performed such a dance performance that he left everyone in tears. I don't know if anyone else saw that clip. But what it showed to me, that when I saw that clip, was the confidence that he had himself. Although he had one leg, he says, you know what? I can do this. So when you have confidence in yourself, trust in the people around you. 3 things. Confidence, I'm going to talk about. Now, trust. Trust in the people around you. You alone cannot do it. You need people around you who you can trust. When you have their trust, when you know you have their trust with you, then the third thing is to have faith in God. And faith in God means no logic whatsoever. When you have that faith in God, when you have trust in people around you, and when you have the confidence in yourself, you'll develop an attitude, and that attitude will then make that positivity in you. Then you will get an aptitude. You first get an attitude. When that attitude comes in you, then you will get an aptitude. An aptitude is the wherewithal that I can do something. I have that aptitude to do it. And we get that aptitude, that is soar into the altitude. And to get this attitude, 3 A's. A, and you become an A person. A, then you become an A person. And you can only become an A person when you have confidence in yourself. Not every time something happens, you go and cry to someone else. No. If something happens that you don't like it, okay. Maybe I'm not applying myself properly. Maybe I'm not doing something properly. Don't go and cry on your neighbor's shoulder, oh, what can I do? No. God has given you the same amount of muscles. He has given you the same amount of senses. He has given you the same size of your brain. So therefore, just like how he or she can use it and get where they want, similarly, you must tell yourself, I can use it and get where I want to be. So you have that attitude, you develop the aptitude, the wherewithal to do it, and then you soar far away and in that altitude. You must remember, when the mind is manka mile, mile means what? Mile means dirt. When your clothes is dirty, has dirt in it, let us say, and you go to wash it, you use soap to wash it. Is that true? But the soap alone cannot wash the clothes. Is that true? If you put soap on the clothes and you rub it, the clothes, if it's thin, it will get destroyed. For you to get a soap to work, you have to have water. Soap is gyan and water is bhakti. So, for you to develop that attitude, not only the aptitude, not only the knowledge is important, but you have to have that grace. You have to have that faith. You have to have that bhakti. You have to have that devotion. When you have that bhakti, or you have that devotion, then you want to sail away. But unless you get the bhakti, the gyan alone cannot do it. And then when the clothes are dried, before we got, what do you call that thing? Dryer, our forefathers, or when I was at home, my mother would hang the clothes out of the clothesline in the sun. So the sun dries the clothes. As a matter of fact, some people still in Canada air dry their clothes because it is much more hygienic to air dry your clothes than put it in the dryer. That's a different story. So they hang the clothes out and the sun then dries the clothes. What is the sun? The sun gives what? Gives heat. And when the sun gives heat, that heat is your tapasya. Got it? So the sun, the heat, so you have to have tapasya. Tapasya means sit down, meditate, concentrate. All this is tapasya. Fasting is tapasya. Tapasya, you have to have bhakti and you have to have gyan. Remember, gyan is the clothes, the soap, gyan is the soap, bhakti is the water, and sun is the tapasya. And when you get those three things, then an attitude not only will come to you, but you'll get the aptitude. Not only the attitude you must have, but the aptitude you must have before you can get up into the altitude. And remember, and when you get there, you will not be like a, what is Hindi, they call it katar. Katar means a chust, rigidity. You will not be a rigid person. Only this way, only my way, your way. No, you would not be like that. Because all our gods, you see them? They're all smiling. Bhagavan Krishna smiles all the time. Sri Ram is there strong, but he smiles also. They all smile. Bhagavan Shiva is in meditation. They don't have that rigidity about them. It means when you have that attitude, when you have that aptitude, before you get to the altitude, you must have flexibility. Flexibility, not only in your work that you do, not only in the belief system that you have, but flexibility must be how you talk with people. Be nice, administrate with flexibility. Everything cannot be the same for every person. One rule cannot be for every single person. Sometimes you'll have to be flexible, dependent upon the circumstances. And when you get that, Prabhu Ram will love you. And what he says, what Kagbasan says, in Uttarakhand, a beautiful chopai. अल्तकाल रघुवर पर जाए अल्तकाल रघुवर पर जाए जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए
श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम
काल कर्म गुण दोष स्वभावो काल कर्म गुण दोष और स्वभाव जनित कुछ भी दुख तुम्हें कभी नहीं व्यापेगा भगवान तो काक पुरुष no suffering that is caused by time, fate or merit shall befall you because your attitude of gratitude to the Lord is great. Your attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is such a beautiful virtue for us to have, gratitude. We must be grateful to our parents. We are grateful to our teachers. People just take a guru, a diksha guru and say, that's the guru. No. There are so many gurus that has helped us in this life. So many gurus. Vidya guru, music guru, people teaching us the lessons of life. They're all our gurus. And how soon we forget these people who have made an impact upon our lives. So how soon we forget. And we only hold on to maybe the Babaji, and even the Babaji you don't remember sometimes. So the attitude of gratitude, I tell you, this is so good, the attitude of gratitude. You have to have that attitude of gratitude. Because if you don't have it, then Antakal Raghuvar Purajaye. Antakal. When that time comes, and you go to the home of the Lord, Antakal Raghuvar Purajaye. Jaha Jalma Hari Bhakta Kahaye. Jaha Jalma Hari Bhakta Kahaye. And you must not be rigid. Because what Shankar Bhagavan says? Shankar Bhagavan says, Karpura Gauram Karunavataram. Karunavataram. He's an avatar of compassion. An avatar of compassion. And that avatar of compassion, Bhagwan Ram, he taught us how we must be righteous and dharma. Bhagwan Krishna taught us prem and love. And Bhagwan Buddha teaches us compassion. Compassion. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya has written so much about compassion. Daya. Daya dharma ka mool hai, नरक मूलय अभिमान तुलसी दया न छाड़े जब तक घट में प्राण. So that Karunavataram we must try to have within us. And when you have that Karunavataram, Shankaracharya went to beg. That's the practice of this Paribrajak. Swami Paribrajak means you go to 4 houses and you beg. 1 house, 2 house, 3 house for food. Not money, food. And if up to the 4th house, you do not get any food, then you return back home and you do bhajan for the day. Shankaracharya went to this old lady. For 3 days she had nothing to eat. Starving. He went, Bhiksham Dehi, Bhagavati. I come for food. She said, my God. He said, okay, wait. She said she did not know where she'll get food. She herself needs food. And Shankaracharya knew this, that she herself is starving. But still he went, just to test the faith of the old lady. I don't know where the old lady went and saw 2 or 3 sour grapes. She picked them up. He opened his joli. She put the grapes in there. At least she said she gave him something. And then he did what it was. Kanakathara stotram. Kanak means gold. Kanakathara stotram in front of her. And all the gold fell for her. This is the faith I talked about. You remember earlier when I said, confidence in yourself, trust in the people around you. Am I giving you all too much? Am I talking too much? Because I don't want to overwhelm you too much. Confidence in yourself, trust in the people around you, and faith in God. And faith in God has no logic. No logic whatsoever. So when we develop that faith in Him, now we are going to go into meditation a little bit. I would like you all to, and I hope I can get some feedback from you whether you like this type of meditation. So I'd like you all to sit as upright as possible. We breathe in and out slowly. We watch our breath. In and out, slow. Inhale and exhale. Calm the mind. On the tip of your nose, you see a rising sun, let us say. Keep your focus there, on the tip of your nose. So other things will not come into your minds. Keep it there. Breathe in and out. Keep your eyes on the tip of your nose. Breathe in and out. Slowly breathe. Calm. In the center of your heart, there's a rising sun, a light, or the God that you would like to be seated there. Feel His presence in your body. Breathe in and out. Feel the breath at the top of your head. You may feel a tingling sensation, or you may feel no sensation. Just let the breath go to the top of your head. Feel it there. It will look after all your headaches, etc. Then focus the breath on your forehead. In the forehead, where the third eye resides. Focus the breath there. Calm. Calm. No other thoughts. Thoughts are trying to enter. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Just focus on the center of your head And breathe in and out slowly. Go down to your jaws and your neck muscles. Now, make your neck muscles and your jaw relax. Too much of tension around your neck. Too much of tension in your jaws. Relax. Relax. Be calm. Calm. Relax your neck muscles. Wiggle your head around a little bit so make sure your neck is nice and free. Focus your breath there. Then go to your shoulders. Shrug your shoulders a little bit so it's relaxed. Your shoulders are too tight. Relax them. Relax your jaws, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. All the while you're breathing in slowly. Slowly. Hey Prabhu, talk to your Lord. Doesn't matter who your Lord is, just talk to Him. Let my mind be peaceful. Let my mind be calm. Take away all my worries temporarily. Just come straight into my heart. Feel the blazing heat of the Lord within your bosom. Shrug your shoulders. Keep your arms relaxed, your elbows nice and soft. Then come right down to your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. Let it be free. Free, free, free. Breathe in and out slowly. Feel the presence of the Almighty. Then go to your chest. Feel your chest moving with each breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, feel the chest go up and down. Let it relax. You're too tight, too much tension in your body. Relax your jaw, relax your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your fingers, relax your chest. Go down to your belly. Let your belly be soft and nice. No tightness around it. Let the breath go there. Let your pelvis, if you're sitting on the ground or sitting on the chair, let your hips feel relaxed. Your hips are too tight. Your neck's too tight. Let it all be relaxed. Feel His power within you. Talk to God. He Govinda, He Gopal, He Govinda, He Gopal, He Daya Lula. Cry to Him. He Govinda, He Gopal, He Govinda, He Gopal, He Daya Lula. Pranana Tanata Sakhe Prananath. You are the Lord of the orphaned souls. Prananath Anatha Sakhe Dinada Daniva. He Govinda, He Gopal, He, too loud. He Gopal, He Daya Lula. Talk to him. Relax your body, relax your mind, and you cry to him and see whether he would not come. He Sabarata Agamaya Purana, He Samarata Agamaya Purana, Mohamaya Dhala. O Lord, infinite power you have. You are the Redeemer of soul which is covered by Maya and Moha. He Samarata Agamaya Purana, He Samarata Agamaya Purana, Mohamaya Dwar. He Govinda, He Gopal, He Govinda, He Gopal, He Dayalulal, He Dayalulal. Feel His presence in your whole body. Whole body is filled with all His presence. You are relaxed. Your breathing is calm. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Prabhu Ji, Daya Karo, Mana mein आना बसो. सब कोई प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आना बसो. तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम बिना लागे सुना, खाली गत में प्रेम भरो. खाली गत में प्रेम भरो. ओ प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो. स्वयं वकम असतो मा सद्गमया, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया.
असतो मा सद्गमया, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया.
मृत्योर्मायमृतं गमया.
ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम शांति शांति शांति.
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
धरा से पीड़ मिटाओ,
अमृत रस बरसाओ। ओम शांति शांति शांति, ओम शांति शांति शांति।
जीवन को नित महकाओ,
जीवन को नित महकाओ,
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ,
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ,
हर सलता भगताओ,
नारायण को हर्षाओ। ओम शांति शांति शांति, ओम शांति शांति शांति।
ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनापतितमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। We'll have to kirtan.
राधे राधे गोविंद गोपाल राधे,
राधे राधे गोविंद गोपाल राधे,
राधे गोविंद गोपाल
राधे राधे गोविंद गोपाल राधे, राधे राधे गोविंद गोपाल राधे। सत्य प्रेम करुणा, 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 सत्य प्रेम करुणा। तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं? तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं? दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं? ओ सत्य प्रेम करुणा, सत्य प्रेम करुणा, सत्य प्रेम करुणा, सत्य प्रेम करुणा, सत्य प्रेम करुणा,
अंत काल पछताएगा जब प्राण जाएंगे छूट। तेरे मन में
I hope you haven't forgotten what I said earlier. 3 things. You have to have confidence in yourself, trust in the people around you, and faith in God. And to talk about faith in God, and you cannot prove it scientifically. So you have to throw logic aside. Logic is known as tark in Sanskrit. So you have no tark, no logic. Shankaracharya, he was only 5 years old. And his mother said, look, I'm going out for the day, but you must give this milk to Bhagavati Paramba. Make sure she drink it, feed her, and then you can eat. No problem. Something like Mira, but this is different. So he went, did all the puja, put the milk. Every hour he go check, milk is still there. 12 o'clock, he's hungry, he has to eat for the morning. He started to cry. Why are you not drinking the milk? My mother says you drink the milk. What am I doing wrong that you're not drinking this milk? Till 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then she appeared in front of him, and she drank the milk. When she drank, but please remember, Shankaracharya was not like you and I. He was an evolved soul. When she drank the milk, he looked at the katora. There was no milk left. So he said, you didn't leave a drop of milk for me? And he started to cry. So what happened after that, Raju?
It got filled again.
What?
I don't know.
Nobody? She put him on her lap, and she suckled him from her own breast. And when she suckled him from her own breast, all the knowledge of Sharada came to him. Sharada or Saraswati, all the knowledge of the Vedas and the Puranas, everything came to him. So when he was 8 years old, he was fully knowledgeable in all the Vedas and Upanishad and Shastra. This is a historic. This is not them say. This is what happened. His house is still there. His house is still there in Kerala, where he was born. That Swami Dayananda and Saraswati tried to make a nice place for that house, to keep that house there where he was born. She suckled him on her own breast and gave him the knowledge of everything. This is what the faith that you must have. Right? But we don't have that faith. We don't have that faith. We are ordinary people. How can we? So when you go in front of him, how you cry? Mere binati suno murera, mere binati suno murera, de do apani jaya ka daan, mere binati suno. Simple. It means if you don't hear me, who will hear me? Tumhara sunoge,
कौन सुनेगा?
पथ की कांटे कौन छुड़ेगा? पथ की
कौन चुनेगा?
Who will remove the thorns from my path? My path has so many thorns. Who will remove them? कहाँ कहाँ मैं भटक रहा हूँ, कहाँ कहाँ मैं
भटक रहा हूँ,
लेके तुम्हारा नाम।
मेरी विनती सुनो मेरे राम, मेरी विनती सुनो मोहे राम, राम।
Sitaram. So remember Sakracharya? I remember how the Divine Mother, he was only 5 years old, fed him her own milk. This is a kind of faith that he said, Natato Namata Na the Shakracharya. He wrote this. Na Baldur Na Data Na Putro Na Putri Na Bhrityo Na Bharta Na Jaya Na Vidya
गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका
But it both just give me a signal not to get carried away because time is going and I have lots of work to do. So we'll talk about Alzheimer's disease today. Alzheimer, I'm sure all of us in this audience either know someone who has or had Alzheimer's disease. And we know people who were young that had Alzheimer's. We know people who were old that had Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is something that we have to face. So I'm talking about Alzheimer's today because it's a very important thing in our community. So many ladies, so many men, and young people. There are people in their 40s that have Alzheimer's. Did you know that? People in their 40s, in their 30s. Not often. They are. People in the 30s with Alzheimer's, people in the 40s with Alzheimer's, but usually after about 50 or so, we see lots of Alzheimer's. Well, not lots, but it's not uncommon for people to have Alzheimer's. So what are the early signs of Alzheimer's? Not remembering recent events. You know the first thing? Where are my car keys? If you use that parameter, then all of us have Alzheimer's, right? But on a more important note, remembering recent events. Do you remember last week you had, what you had last week again? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, what was that person's name again? As you get older, you'll find that it becomes much more often. You know what you want to say, but you can't find the words. You who are not affected by Alzheimer's, or if you know someone who is not affected by Alzheimer's, may think this is a little joke. But when you see you get someone who's Alzheimer's and who's close to you, then you will understand what I'm saying here today. Spatial location. You know, where by loss of smell, they can't smell their food. What the most important thing about Alzheimer's people, mood swings. Happy in the morning, miserable at midday, happy at tea time, miserable at night. Mood swings, very common. These are some of the early signs of Alzheimer's. You know why I'm telling you about the early signs of Alzheimer's? Because if you can pick up the early signs of Alzheimer's, there is something that you can do for them. You can help them. This is why I would like you all to remember this, the early signs. Because if you see someone constantly like that, forgetting the keys all the time, forgetting is the car locked? I can't remember if it's locked. Many of us, when we drive, we pass a light and we say, oh, was that a red light or a green light? Many of us. Even with a good senses, that happens. So when it happens constantly, then you got to think about it. Something is wrong here. This is the message I would like to leave. Pick up the early signs. Because if you pick up the early signs, maybe we can do something to help individual. So what are the causes of, we'll come to what we could do, but I just want to give some of the causes of Alzheimer's. I know we must thank Prabhaji for making such beautiful slides for us, because he has done this work without anyone saying, even forget about pay. He doesn't get pay. No one say thanks to him. And especially me, I don't say thanks to him. And he doesn't want to hear thanks from anyone else but me. Anyhow, cause of Alzheimer's, the brain shrinks. As we get older, our brain shrinks. There's part of our brain called the hippocampus. You know, it's like a little horse. Forget about it. But that is the part that gets, if you want to know, that's the part that gets smaller. And people are getting it younger and younger. Favorite topic, what are the causes of Alzheimer's? Hyperinsulinemia. If you go to a doctor today, Toronto, GTA, 99% of the doctors, if you have a HbA1c of 5.9, they say, oh, you're all right. Just be careful, but you're all right. Your HbA1c is only good when it is 5.7 or less. Once it's over 5 points, some people say 5.5, but I don't want to go that far. If you get more than 5.7, you're 5.8, 5.9, you are storing insulin. You have to know that. Whether your doctor say you're right or you're not, you're okay, he's wrong because you're storing insulin. At 5.8, you're storing 5.9. 6, of course, is more. Hyperinsulinemia, one of the causes of Alzheimer's. They thought this thing about amyloid, I would just like you to look at it and don't forget about it. It is not worth the word, and alternative theory and so forth. But these are the things I wanted to think about. The hyperinsulinemia and the risk of APOE, you get that when you eat too much of carbohydrates. So the two things you can say all the time, hyperinsulinemia and carbohydrates. Next. So what goes wrong is a cell called the lysosome. Lysosome is a cell in your brain that has 50 enzymes with a pH of 5.2. So what happened to that cell? That cell gets old, and if it's not removed, it causes problems in your brain. So it's an old damaged protein that you need renewed building, and that you can only get that by autophagy. And autophagy you only get by doing intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is not only for us to lose weight. Intermittent fasting is for us to have a healthy body, have ketones in our body. So ketones can repair our brain. So and repair our cells. Autophagy is very important. You want to get rid of those old cells. This is a little difficult slide, but there are some data that backs up this theory, and there's a gene there, but don't worry about all that problem. It causes this garbage, the old cells. Just remember, autophagy and not to have too much insulin will protect your brain as much as possible. Next, please. So how do we do it? Reduce glucose intake. So when you reduce glucose intake, especially soda, do not drink soda. Soda is bad for you. Any juices in tins or bottles or so is bad for you. So reduce glucose, intermittent fasting, our old Vedic medicine, curcumin, all of us must drink hardi, die. Everyone must drink hardi. With the hardi, it is not here. You eat a fig of garlic. Once you don't have to speak to anybody that day, you eat the garlic. But if you have to speak to someone and your mouth got to be closed, I have some patients when they come to the office, I have to open the door because the garlic smell just kills me. Anyhow, so curcumin, garlic, pine bark. You all know what is pine bark? You know? You can get it at the health stores, pine bark. Thunder God vine, I don't know what that is, but it says wheat grass. From wheat grass has a bacteria that makes omega-3, which is there. It makes omega-3. Omega-3 you get from fish usually, but some, like wheatgrass and so forth, and bacteria, they make omega-3. Green tea. We were, all of us here from Guyana, we were brought up on red rose tea. You all remember that? Package, it had a silver foil, and I don't remember. You had red rose tea in India too? And you open it and you got just the tea leaves are there. So when they make the tea, then my mother will have a big strainer to strain the tea. And back home when they make the tea is the same for everybody. There's no one that says, I don't want milk or I don't want sugar. It's one tea. Every man jack drink the same tea. Was it like that in your home, Raju? Aapki? Achha. But now some like black tea, some like tea with milk, some like tea with cream, some like tea with sugar, all sorts of things. So, green tea is very. And number 6 is what? Exercise. I don't know if I have time to talk about that. Exercise. Number 7 is sleep. You must sleep good 6 to 7 hours a night, if not 8. You would like to know a trick how to get sleep, or everybody sleeps well here? Okay, if you go behind your, what do I have? Oh, I have this thing. Behind your ear, there's a bone. You feel that bone behind your ear? Huh? It's called a mastoid bone. If you go a little bit towards that side, you can feel a groove. Do you feel a groove? In that groove runs a nerve. It's called the vagus nerve. And you just massage that nerve. When you massage that nerve, you are massaging what is known as the parasympathetic system, which the parasympathetic system is rest and digest. Parasympathetic, rest and digest. The sympathetic system is is flight and running, etc. Because you're afraid. That's part that is sympathetic. And if you rub that, don't rub it too much here because I don't want you all to fall asleep. But those who can't fall asleep, you can try that. Vagus nerve. So sleep is very important. Cruciferous vegetables, we talked about that the last time. And my old topic, added this morning, extra virgin olive oil, heat and cold therapy. Next. That's it? What? Yes. Yeah, the next topic I was going to talk about is this enough? Because I want to talk about the exercise part. You know, people always ask about steps. How many steps you should do? Did you not get that? Oh yes, there you are. How many steps? People say, oh, you must do 10,000 steps, you must do 15,000 steps. Can you go to the slide? Yeah. There's no magic number in 10,000. There's no magic number in 10,000. Research shows the more you walk, the longer you live. Our forefathers were hunter-gatherers. You know what that means? They used to go to the field to get their food, and they used to walk maybe 30,000 steps a day. 15, 30,000 is nothing for them. Today you walk 5,000 steps, we're in trouble. But research has shown, and this is exercise for Alzheimer's, walk, lose weight, it decreases your type 2 diabetes, CVD is cardiovascular disease, and it decreases dementia. I just want to bring that because there's this myth that you must walk 10,000. You don't have to. If you walk 2,000, but I am saying, let us try to walk 5,000 steps. And you know what? In your own house, by the time you go up and down, run around from it, you can do 5,000 steps. Get your phone that can record it or whatever you can get, record it. Try 5,000 steps at least, especially people who are diabetic. Because you know what Alzheimer's is called? Alzheimer's is called type 3 diabetes. You know why? Because of the diabetes, it affects the blood supply to the brain, and that is why you get Alzheimer's. I'll talk about it next. It's a bit too much. So please remember these. I will do Gita Dhyana. Partaya pratibodhitam bhagavatam
Narayanena Swayam
Vyasena gratitat purana buddhinam
Madhye Mahabharatam
Advaita Britavarshidem Bhagavate
Ashtadashadhyayini
Amba Tvam Anusaldadami Bhagavat
Gite Bhavatveshini
Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe
Pullaravindayat Patra Netra
Yeda Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa
Prapalla Parijataya
Rudravaitrikapane
Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya
Gita Amrituhe Namaha
Sarvopanishado Gavo
Dugda Gopalanandana
Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhukta
Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat
Vasudeva Sutav Devam
Kamsa Chanuramardanam
Devaki Paravaralla
Krishnam Vande Jagadguru
Vishwadurata Jayadata
Gandhara Nilotpala
Salyagragavati Kripeda Vahare
Karnena Velakula
Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara
Duryodhana Vardini
Sotirna Kalupada Vairanadir
Kevartaka Keshava
Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam
Geetartha Gandotakam
Nana Kyanaka Kesarav Harikatha
Sambodhana Bodhitam
Loke Sajjana Shatapadairaharaha
Pipiramanamudha
Uyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala
Pradvamsinam Shreyase
Mukav Karoti Vachalam
Pangum Langayate Giri
Yat Kripa Pavaham Vande
Paramananda Madhavam
Yam Brahma Barale Daruda Bharuta
Stunvanti Divye Savai
Vedai Saga Parakramo Parashidai
Gayanti Samaga
Yadang Vastadatatagate Manasa
Pashyanti Yogino
Yasyatang Navido Sura Suragara
Devaya Tasmai Namaha
Chapter 18, verse 71. Shraddhava Anusayascha Shruyad api yo naraha Sopi mukta shubhala lokam Ta shubhala lokan Prapnuyat punya karmanam Prapnuyat is he attains punya karmanam pious of the pious people he attains what? Shraddhava anasuyascha Shriyuya dapishyo naraha Sopi mukta subhala lokan Prapyayat punya karmanam. Bhagavan Krishna is saying, the one who listens with faith and without envy. What I said this morning, you have to have faith, you have to have trust, you have to have confidence. You have to listen when you listen with faith. Simple thing. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You don't have to do any long puja or long mantras. Simple. But you have to do it with faith. You have to know that I am singing this to the Lord. Like Shankaracharya with the milk. I know I'm giving it to the Lord. Why aren't you coming to me? Dhruva, this is all he learned. He knew nothing else. Om Namo Bhagavate. And during our yajna is coming up quite soon. That's will be our theme. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, he who listens with faith and without envy. Envy, you must have no envious feelings. You must have the attitude. You must have the attitude, and then you get to the altitude. Attitude, aptitude, and altitude. You don't get it like that. You do not get to the altitude like that. So, without envy, Niramala mala janaso mohipava mohikapata chalache yadava Niramala mala janaso mohikapata Shriyadapi Yodara. That man becomes free from reaction. And Sopi Mukta, he gets what? He gets to that place of Mukti. You know what Mukti is? Mukti people, we say Mukti is heaven. Heaven and hell are? If there was a heaven above, and if there was a hell above, you don't think by now those guys who can see Mars and all that, they will see it? They see Mars, they see Jupiter, they see everything. You don't think they'll catch a glimpse of Peter up there? They would have caught a glimpse of Peter up there at the pearly gates. Have you heard of Peter at the pearly gates? Never heard of the pearly gates? Oh, there's where Peter is, at the pearly gates. So he's saying, you get mukti. Mukti means free from anxiety, free from the tortures of the mind. You can be Bill Gates, all that money he has, yet his mind is tortured. I know it is tortured. And the sadhu, who has nothing but a begging bowl, is free. Free. Wherever he is free. And so we must be like that. And you can only do that when you are in the God of the Lord. We have one bhajan and then we'll continue.
सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप सर्वेश्वरी जगदीश्वरी हे मातृरूप सर्वेश्वरी
Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram. Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram.
Bolo Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram.
Bolo Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram.
Oh Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Radha Narayana Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Radha Narayana Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He कृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण
Those who brought prasad, I would like to charhave, they may do so. Only those who brought prasad can go to the altar and charhave. Good. Today, we are having our marathon, as we said, but before that, our Bhojan today, Piti Bhoj, is sponsored by Rohit Dhawan and family. Are you related to the cricketer? Are you related to the cricketer? Kuch nahi so. Anyway, he is sponsoring. We ask Bhagwan to bless him and his family. It's Juk Juk Jio. May all good things happen to all of them because they are feeding all of us today. He has two nice little children. They came for puja this morning. They did everything. Mr. Purnima Singh. Mrs. Purnima Singh is in heaven. Mr. Purnima Singh is celebrating his 91st birthday anniversary. Next. Next. Oh. Pradosh is on Thursday, June 15th. Next. Father's Day is on Sunday. Please text your greetings to Tej or Soni. If you like your Father's Day to go up there, please do so. We have a beautiful Balaji Abhishek on Father's Day, starting at 8 o'clock. Most of the people who come, when the temple started this morning, it was very empty until about 11:30. Then everybody come. So there's no point I ask you to come at 8 o'clock, because I know you would not come. But anyhow, it's there. For Balaji Abhishek, those who would like to come, they may do so. Hanumanji's Jayanti for us, our Hanumanji's Jayanti, is on the 2nd of August. We are celebrating July. We are celebrating that Alzheimer's. We are celebrating that with a 3 days yagna, starting on June 30th, 1st and 2nd of July. Annual Bhagavad Katha starts Friday, July 21st to July 30th. Those who would like to sponsor for food, etc., please contact Pandit Bhoj, because I think the days are taken up a lot, right, Pandit Bhoj? Yeah. Okay. Rudrahavan, Monday, 7th of August, as usual, outside under the trees. We always get good weather for that, and we hope you continue. Now we talk about our marathon. Roy is doing this marathon again for us. Last year we raised $200,000 for the dialysis clinic, and he's doing that again, and he would like to, Mrs. Tracy Ram Subhag Manet is with us today. She's the Toronto Consul General, and under her leadership, she's collaborating with us to help us with the dialysis program. Please give her a mic, please. She's the Consul General of the Trinidad and Tobago. Right. Toronto Consulate General for Trinidad and Tobago. Correct, Pandit Bhoj. What ignorance do I have, Pandit Bhoj? You can always put me in line. Right. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dubey Roy and the administration of Vishnu Mandir, devotees of Vishnu Mandir. I think you would agree with me that this place is very, very special. I felt it from the moment that I walked in. Not only is it physically impressive and gorgeous and extensive, but I felt this overwhelming sense of peace when I got here. And not to get too personal, but I had a bit of a medical incident yesterday that made me not too certain that I would make it here for the service this morning, and I'm so happy that I did. And I walked in during the, probably just in the middle of the medical corner, and I got to see firsthand the very holistic approach of these sermons, not only focusing on spiritual well-being, but physical well-being, and that's so, so important. And of course, last month, the Trinidad and Tobago Consulate and Vishnu Mandir, we announced that we would be partnering with you guys at the Toronto Waterfront Marathon. We've taken note of the good work that this Mandir has been doing in the community and also back in the Caribbean and in Guyana in the area of dialysis. And it's something that we hope to learn from and hopefully get to that scale. So I want to thank you for welcoming us so warmly and accommodating us. And thank you again.
Thank you. Roy, you want to say a few words? It is a pleasure having you here today with us, Consul General. And we hope this is not your first and last visit.
Dr. Dubé, dear devotees, Consul General Tracy, thank you for honoring us today with your presence, and thank you for collaborating with us on the marathon. This is our second consecutive year with the marathon, and as Baba in his medical corner he was talking about that today, in terms of doing steps and how good it is for you. So the objectives remain the same. We are promoting a healthy lifestyle. So we encourage you to join the marathon and start your training plans and get out and start walking, doing your steps. At the same time, as we're doing that, we have the opportunity to do something for someone else. So we have an opportunity to narrate the story of the great work we're doing in the dialysis center in Guyana and to engage folks to sponsor you and raise some money for that. So I encourage you to see us. We are out there. We'll get you signed up and we'll get started. So thank you very much. And I thank you for your support and your good wishes. And if you'd like to volunteer, you can help us with the volunteering as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Roy. So Roy's doing a wonderful job for us. So when we finish, all the singers, when you finish, please take off your cord and put it in that box, because it's important that we, each one of us do it, then we don't have to depend upon someone else to do it for us. Okay, Yoga Day is on the 21st of June, and we are doing yoga twice. 3 sessions. Oh, so we're doing 7:30 to 8:30. But I am going to start with a meditation from 7 to 7:30 in the park. Those who would like to come on 21st of June, and that same day is our golf day. So 7:30 to 8:30 is, but I will start meditation at 7 o'clock for those who would like to come, 7 o'clock for those who would like to come, 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. So bring your yoga mat, come and do Surya Namaskar. If you do Surya Namaskar, that's all exercise you need to do. Surya Namaskar is so energetic. So energetic. You do it every day, it's one of the best things that you could do. Now we're going to close, and we're going to close with Sitaram, Sitaram, and Aarti.
चाहे विधि राखे राम, ताहि विधि रही। तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे, राम तेरे साथ है। चाहे विधि राखे राम, ताहि विधि रही।
भजो मन श्री राधे
राधे श्री राधे गोविंद भजो मन श्री राधे
बोलो श्री राधे जय जय राधे
ओ राधे श्री राधे जय जय राधे
श्री राधे गोविंद भजो मन श्री राधे
ओ राधे श्री राधे गोविंद भजो मन श्री राधे
अरे वृंदावन में
राधे राधे
वृंदावन में
राधे राधे
नंदगांव में
राधे राधे
नंदगांव में
राधे राधे
बरसाने में
राधे राधे
बरसाने में
राधे राधे
विष्णु मंदिर में
राधे राधे
विष्णु मंदिर में
राधे राधे
विष्णु मंदिर में
राधे राधे
राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे
जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की सद्गुरु देव की ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव
सर्जन विसर्जन तुम्हें विश्व करता तुम्हें विश्व ज्योति में हो प्राण भरता
काल के काल ओ शक्तिधारी
स्वीकारो स्वयं वंदना अब हमारी
दया
धर्म के मन में ज्योति जगाओ
जीवन पंथ मेरा प्रभु जगमगाओ
हरो पाप मेरे हरो भाव भक्ति
मुझे दात दो अपनी तुम दिव्य शक्ति
मुझे मोह माया की सागर सितारो
मेरे काम और क्रोध को नाथ मारो
अहंकार मेरा करो शक्ति दाता
अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता
मेरा कोटि कोटि हे बंदन विधाता
मेरा कोटि कोटि हे बंधन विधाता
ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव I'm asking again for people to help us to volunteer. Yesterday, the person who was volunteer was told to leave at 4:30. There were lots of people and there was no one outside. So if you're going to volunteer, please volunteer for the full time that you're there to volunteer. So we need once a year for people to volunteer outside on the desk, Saturday from 2 to 8. If you can't do from 2 to 8, then you get two people to do 4 hours, whatever the case may be. We are hoping to put someone in from tomorrow, Monday, to volunteer for us every day from 12 onwards, to take people's name down properly, address, email who would like to volunteer, and we try to see if we can build a good volunteer list, because it's very important. It's a lot of work to do, and if all of us put our shoulders to the wheel, I'm sure it will be easy. Whereas if it's left only two of us, it becomes very difficult. So to see how best you can help, Arti.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री महालक्ष्मी विष्णु जी भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव शंभो। शिव शिव।